let's talk some minutes about us. BigGlobal is a LATAM company that we are present in the market since 20 years ago, providing implementation, consultancy, and guidance and training services along whole Latin America. We have 6 offices around the world and start 2 new offices on March on Madrid, so we are growing fast. That is good. And last year we received the Partner of the Year award from Creatio in implementation skills. So that is a very short part of us. Here you can see some of our Creatio customers. We have different customers of different industries: banking, FinServe, travel agencies, retail. So many of these cases will be presented to you during this presentation to have knowledge in terms of they will take advantage of digital transformation using Creatio.
Okay, let's see some numbers first.
Sure.
These are some statistics from Gartner regarding low-code, no-code market. For instance, they say that for 2024, low-code, no-code applications development will represent more than 56% of the total activity for development application. Also for 2024, they understand that big enterprises will have at least four low-code development solutions for both IT and citizen development initiatives. Also, we can see from Globe Newswire that by 2030, the global low-code market is planned to generate almost 200 billion of revenue. And during the decade, let's say 11 years, from 2019 to 2030, the estimated annual growth rate will be above 30%. So these are very interesting numbers for low-code, no-code. But additionally, if we understand that with low-code, no-code, we don't need so specialized skills regarding development, then this slide is also important to understand, because we see that the second gap in the IT industry regarding knowledge and the chance to hire new people is particularly IT and development. So it's very difficult to get the knowledge or to get the people in the market. And also, in the second slide, you will see that it is one of the salaries, higher salaries in the United States and probably in the rest of the world. The average annual salary for developers is over $100,000 per year, and also they reach to $140,000 per year. So if we understand that for low-code, no-code implementations, we need less people with so specialized skills, then probably we also can have a lower cost implementation. Okay, here Ernesto will present one of the cases that we have implemented with Creatio low-code, no-code.
Yes, the idea here is to present some particular and real cases in which through the use of Creatio and solution to promote his digital transformation, obtain different gains. In this case, Grupo Patio is a Chilean company that has presence in 3 countries, Chile, Peru, and Mexico, with more than 100 real estate assets that dedicate to his business to real estate allocation on that. And they have around more than 1,300 customers that operate through 5 business offices, units. So please, the second one. So we joined to them as an advisor and a consultant company to join to the company and work with them from the very beginning in terms of the use of Creatio and in an incremental way. And that is the line of time in which we can generate value for them. For example, first step was, as was mentioned today by Catherine and the other colleagues that talk about initiating with MVP, in this case with case management, because the first pain that they would have was related to how to attend better his customers, and was fine. And in just 2 weeks, we can conduct a full implementation of customer services with the 360-degree customer view, and with the ability to have a chance to see all the locations to rent in real time. So it was a huge impact on that in terms of services through the use of this digital transformation on that. And after that, immediately start with the same approach, but in sales. They decide to go to the whole opportunity management process, starting with sales and lead management, and after that, integrate document signature, contract management, and other areas like patio malls and patio offices to provide this kind of already digital transformation solution on that. The second part of this evolution was integrate the contracting situation and the contracting management inside Creatio. As a part of the puzzle, we integrate this system to have in a mirror situation all happen in contracting and in sales and services. So in real time, there will happen a better view of the customer and achieving a better understanding of the situation to fulfill any gaps to be sell and contracting in real time. And currently, we are working into implement the same in Peruvian offices, including some other channels to integrate different interaction with the customer, like portals and mobile. So, Diego? Yes, some highlights on that. And that show the drive in terms of digital transformation that they acquired. They reduced his resolution time from 5 days to 2 days. That is a huge one, but because they already have 1,500 claims per month. Also, they, with the automation of contracting and digital signature processes in integration, reduce and boost his process around 2 weeks per each process in contracting. And in terms of sales, they have in real time all the locations that they need to rent with enough anticipation to don't lose any day of rent of each location in his 100 assets. So it's huge. And the other goal here was that all the process was unified through the different offices and countries that they already have. So they were in the same way and with the same processes through whole company. So Diego?
Okay, we're going to the next case, Video Argentina. Well, Video particularly is a global company. They have different practices and services, audit, accounting, risk management, etc. They have more than 1,700 offices worldwide, presence in more than 160 countries, and about 95,000 employees. So it's a very big company. We particularly implemented this in, as mentioned, in Argentina, and there are some practices that we are trying to apply also in other Latin America countries. What we did with Video, well, initially we worked with them on the campaign management. They have a marketing automation solution with Creatio. Based on that, also they have all the process of the handoff to sales. Very interesting process because they have to understand the need of the customer. So based on that, they apply to the corresponding area and also the corresponding skill inside this area. Then we work on the opportunity management. Besides the standard opportunity management process, they have a couple of things very interesting. One of them is the cross-selling process, because different areas may assign some leads that they are working on, but for other areas. That's important because the referencing area will receive some commission if the opportunity is won. And in the same way, they have a conflict check resolution. Due to the different type of services that they provide, they cannot provide the same different type of services to the same company. For instance, they cannot do accounting and at the same time audit because they would be auditing their own services. So based on this situation, they have to analyze the different options. Well, the system helps them on all these situations. They have NDA and other documents processes. They have an interesting situation of conversion of customers because from CRM, they send the information to the customer. The customer completes online all their tax information and other data through a type of survey. And once it's done, it automatically goes to the ERP. The ERP receives all the information from Creatio, validated by the customer. And once they start to work with the customer, all the transactions in the ERP come back to CRM. So from CRM, they can see invoices when needed, the current balance of the invoices, credit, debits, etc. In the case that there's some issue with some payment from customers and the sales area receive an alert for that, they can see all the information and manage the information from CRM. And finally, there are several dashboards in which they can get information. So which are the benefits that they received applying low-code, no-code solution? First of all, the total time in which we implemented BDO was very good for them. They were waiting to have more than a year working on this, and we got this in progressive implementation up to 10 months. From the first month, they have some implementation, basic implementation, and after that, they received progressive functionality. Then they had a critical reduction on the email traffic. Most of the processes were sent or passed through emails. So some authorization, cross-selling, conflict check. Now we removed all of that, and the only emails are related to notifications or some type of alerts. They automated some selling process, as mentioned before, and now they anticipate the situation where there are some risk on the renewal of contracts. The type of business that they are, well, it's very important, the renewal of contracts, because it's one of the most important revenues that they have. So they anticipate this with enough months so they can work and try to avoid this down of the contract. There's an automated handoff to sales, as mentioned before, and we did this with 2 business analysts and 1 developer. So 10 months, and with these people, we got this with BDO. There's another interesting thing, the evaluative maintenance. We still work with BDO a lot. They have many requests per month. This is not support, it's new requests. They need new things because business requests for that, and the different areas, remembering that they are 12 areas, well, they are requesting always something. And these 15 per month on average, if we qualify them in minor and major situations, minor have a time to market of less than 1 week, and in the major cases, we have between 2 and 3 weeks. This can be compared with the ERP, where they also have some statistics, and it takes to them to accomplish these situations in about 2 months. So they are really happy with this time to market. So this is what we could get with BDO. And here's another example. In this case, it's a B2C situation. Jasmine Chevar. Interesting case. Jasmine Chevar is one of the leading companies in retail, apparel, and accessories, very oriented to women particularly. They plan to be, also they are now in 2 countries, physically Argentina and Chile, where we did the implementation. They are planning to be in several other Latin America countries. They are now in the States only selling through e-commerce. And their plan is to be the #1 Latin America luxury company for clothing for women. They have more than 30 stores worldwide. I think that 5 more in the last couple of months, 400 employees, and 50 Creatio users. What we did well, these are some pictures of Jasmine. The woman there is Jasmine Chevar, the original owner. Now there are several owners. And the girls you see there in the picture, in the center picture, these are Creatio users. They are in a digital store, very interesting when you go there, and you can see they working there. Well, this is what we did in Jasmine Chevar. Data migration, they came from Sugar regarding sales and from Zendesk about services. Once we had all the information in Creatio, they start to work with the omni-channel functionality. We added some add-ons available in the marketplace, and they can have chatbots, of course, as well, calls, inbound and outbound calls, and they also have integration with email. So, and depending on the channel in which the customer reach to them, they have all the information for that customer. They have built this customer purchase profile. Very, very interesting. I will show you then some screenshots. They can see immediately the profile of the person. What's the preference regarding the type of clothing that they like? When was the last moment in which they bought, in what store? Also the RFM matrix, residency, frequency, and money. And, well, a number of things that they have in the profile that is very, very interesting to have. Integration, we had 3 systems to which we need to integrate. One of them is an ERP, Presea, Then we have Magento as e-commerce and Click as the BI. They started with inbound sales and contact center for resolving all the changes, returns, and things that people need to do in the after-sales process. They have the 360 view, and now they are implementing Jasmine Lover, which is the loyalty program. So how we got this with Jasmine Chabar? Initially, 4 months of implementations. It does not include the BI integration because it was done later, and it does not include the loyalty program because it's now, but the rest of the functionality was done really quickly. Then, how many people? Again, 2 business analysts and 1 dev. It's in general terms our standard average. Generally, 2 business analysts per each dev. Then, this is interesting case. They used to invest about 30 seconds to search for the information from a contact when they receive the call. When, where, and what the person purchased. Now they don't need anything of this. They receive the call, they see who is it, who is the person, click there, and they see everything at the moment. This is another point interesting, customer cluster update. Before implementing Creatio, it took them so much time that they decided to do it once per month. The cluster is how I qualify the person according to the purchases that they did during the current season. Now, it's done automatically by Creatio 3 times per day. So if they purchase something in the morning, probably after the lunch, they have the information updated in the system. And then the customer success team. Before implementing Creatio, 40% of the time of this team was dedicated to understand information and create the information needed for analytics. Now they don't need to do anything about that because Creatio prepared that and passed this to Click, which is their BI. Now they dedicate to analyze information and create new campaigns thinking on the profile of the people and segmentation. These are some of the screenshots, as I mentioned before. This is how they see a customer. Sorry, that part of this is in Spanish. In black, you see the current season. The next one that says super black, we don't have a black more black than the black, so it's in another color, but the super black is like higher. And well, they can see there initially the person, then transactions, everything that they have purchased. Here you can see the RFM, the matrix, where they can see how often they buy, also how much they buy. They have this qualified from 1 to 5. 5 is the highest, so this is a very special customer. Category per season, where you can see the historic category in the previous seasons. This is the lifetime value. They have 2 metrics for that, the historical and the average per year in 2 currencies, Argentinian or Chilean and dollars. Here they can see what she likes more. This customer prefers more than that shoes, then suits, then other type of solution of products. Thank you. And here we have where she likes to buy. The most interesting thing is that she usually buys in e-commerce, and sometimes she goes to Elcano, and some other time to Unicenter, which are different stores, on-site stores. This is the evolution of this customer. It's interesting because it's part of the seasonal purchase. They used to buy the 2nd and the 3rd months because you are starting in Argentina, for instance, it's still summer, but you start the winter season for clothes. So they buy at that moment. Well, this is regarding screens. And finally, we have here some conclusions on what are the benefits that we understand our customers get with Creatio. Initially, speed and time to market. They get the solutions faster. Second, cost reduction. Comparing with other solutions where you need to code, probably, we not only go to market first, but also have a better cost in the implementation. Improved customer experience. They can ask for some changes. They can ask for a POC or whatever, and they get it immediately. Strengthens integration capabilities. We have used the low-code capabilities for most of the integrations that you have seen, and they work very well. Real 360 view, as you can see in the Jasmine Chabar case, composable approach. We use it a lot. We reuse the components a lot as well. And sometimes something that used in one customer is also useful to use in another customer. So for partners, it's very interesting. Streamline evaluating maintenance, as we can see in BDO, how we can go with the needs of the business as soon as they need it. And finally, risk reduction. Well, we can conclude that we get faster and more efficient digital transformation with our customers.
All that are some of the drivers that we can provide with this kind of solution to help in the digital transformation of all the companies that we present and the other ones that you have in your mind to do that.
Okay, well, this is what we had for you. Thank you so much for joining.